welcome class to second grade English. So today we have been talking about, today we're going to talk about reading a new story. So, but in this lesson we're going to talk about taking apart the story into key points. So into very important points in the story. But first, before we start, let's look back in the past, all the way to first grade, when you guys learned about different kinds of key points. So can anyone tell me if they remember their teacher teaching you guys about characters or settings or major themes? Does anyone want to raise your hand and comment? Megan?
We learned about setting, about where the story took place.
Okay, correct. That's a setting it can be like in our classroom today, we have our lesson in this building, and that's a setting where it's at. So thank you, Megan. So that there's characters, and characters can be like an animal or a person, and then the major event is something that happens to the character. So now that we've discussed that, we're going to discuss our question words today. So like Megan said, the setting is where the lesson or the story is presented. So today we're going to deal with a lot of W words, which are question words. So we have who, what, where, when, why, and then we have an H, which is how. So, can I have a volunteer come up and roll our question cube? Megan, you're the first one. Sorry, Spencer, next time. Okay, before Megan rolls this, can anyone tell me what this looks like?
A box.
A box, right. But we're going to call it a question cube or word cube. So I would like Megan to roll it and then tell us what word it lands on.
Where?
Okay, and do you want to read what that says? It's like
Place.
place, yes. So thank you. So this is what we're going to be working with. And then so to get a concept of this or an idea of it, can someone tell me their favorite story? Spencer, do you want to tell me your favorite story? Yeah.
David and Goliath.
Okay, so who is your favorite character in the story?
David.
David, correct. So he is a person that goes with the who. What happens to David? You could just tell us, please.
Oh, he kills Goliath.
He kills Goliath. Okay, that's an event that happened. So going back to our first grade, what we learned was an event. So do you see how natural those questions are in our life? Spencer was able to just answer it, and he probably knows it. Have you heard, let me explain. Have you heard questions like this in your house? Like, who took the remote? Or, what's that on your face? Or, when is your project due? And then, why do you have underwear on your head? Or, how did you get up there? These are things you hear in your house. Maybe not all the time, but if you get into things, you might hear that. So we know kind of a general of what these questions are. So let's just review it a little bit. So who is like people or an object or a person or something. How is like an event, like how it happened. So it's a way something happened. What is how or like what is happening? So the happening or the event. Sorry. When can be time, day, year, month, or season. Where are we at? Where, like Megan rolled, was a place. And then why is the reason behind the happening. I think we got all of them. So now we're going to look at our story for today. So Minnie, do you want to read the title of our story?
The Lion and the Mouse.
Correct. You said that. There's the lion and the mouse. That's what it is. So we're going to watch a video of the lion and the mouse, but I have a text for all of you to read, and you can read along with it. So let's do this. Oh, hold on. So the words that you're going to read are going to be the words that are highlighted.
Once upon a time, a little brown mouse walked up a big brown hill.
Let's see. I have to get some Swiss cheese, American cheese, provolone, and a big wheel of Gouda. I may be little, but I have a very big appetite.
When the little mouse got to the top of the big brown hill, she found that it wasn't a big brown hill at all. It was a big brown lion.
Uh-oh.
A little brown snack.
The big lion grabbed the little mouse. He was just about to drop her into his mouth when the mouse said,
Oh, please don't eat me. If you let me go, I'll return the favor and help you out one day.
The big lion roared with laughter. And he decided to let the little mouse go. There was no way a little mouse was going to help him someday, the lion thought. But the mouse had given him such a good laugh that he just couldn't eat him.
Lucky for that mouse, that lion's sense of humor was bigger than his appetite.
Oh yeah! A long time passed. Then one day, the big brown lion was walking in the jungle.
Let's see. Roast beef, beef wellington, chipped beef, beef tartare.
When suddenly, he was caught in a hunter's net.
Help! Help!
The hunters were fast approaching.
Help!
Just then, a little brown mouse happened by.
Hey, aren't you that big brown lion who didn't eat me because I said I would help you someday?
Yeah, that's me, that's me. Go find someone to free me from this net.
The little mouse offered to help the big brown lion.
I know for you.
Are you crazy? How can a little brown mouse like you free me from this great big net?
I can do it like this.
The little brown mouse scurried up the tree and chewed through the net. Then the big brown lion was free.
See? I told you I would help you someday.
Yeah, I'm sure glad I didn't eat you.
Likewise.
Okay, so that's our story. Thank you, Spencer. So today what we're going to be doing, we're going to go into groups of 3 because we're short some students. So in our groups, we are going to, I'm going to divide you guys, and right now we'll have Minnie, Spencer, and Megan in a group. So here I'm going to have, each of you are going to have a job to do in this lesson. So let me hand out a color for you guys. So, okay. What we're going to do in our groups is that we're gonna work with our question cube. And we're gonna have one person that's gonna roll the cube, and then you guys each are gonna roll it twice, and you're gonna make questions for the question word that you answer. So here's the words that you have, and we're each gonna have our own page for it. And the one that you land on is gonna be the one you're gonna work with. And what I want you to do is to create a question for the problem, and then, or for the word. So a question can be like, who was the person that didn't eat the mouse? And your answer would be the lion. And then if we have time, you'll draw a lion here. So in your groups, the person with the red marker will be the die roller, or the cube roller. The person with the green marker will be the materials leader and make sure that you have all the materials. And then the person with the black marker will be the story checker. So what you're going to do is make sure that the information or the questions match to what is in the story. So now that you guys are in your groups, I'm going to pass this, the materials leader needs to come and get the materials.
That's me.
That's you. So here's your materials in your cube. So now, make sure that you guys at least get one of our questions down. But take turns rolling the die, and you'll have you need 2 questions.
What happened is it?
Make sure she gets
What happened? What
We do it together.
Yeah, you guys can talk about it.
happened to the lion?
So you're a story checker. You're going to make sure that
He got caught.
Caught in a hunter's trap.
So now, Minnie, it's your turn to roll. So try it.
Why? The reason it happened.
Do you guys understand what you're doing?
Why?
Yes.
Why did? Or wait. Why did the lion release the mice? Mouse. Because
He was laughing.
Really?
Check the
Because
story.
the mouse said he will help him later.
sad.
And he laughed. It was both.
Okay. Make sure that you guys at least have one each. Once Spencer gets his, we're going to move on to the next.
Where? Okay.
Where?
Where did
Story.
Spencer.
take place? Yeah. I don't know where the story took place.
Jungle.
Yeah, let's check. They were in the jungle. It was a long time past, and the lion was walking in the jungle. That's right. Megan paid attention. Okay, so now that everyone has their questions, I would like for you to come up and present it to the class. And it looks everyone had enough time to make their drawing, so we will look at that. So will group 1 come up and show us your picture? You'll tell me your question and your answer, and we'll all agree if it is correct.
What happened to the lion? He got caught in a hunter's trap.
Okay, and we know that that is correct because in the story he was walking, it says he was walking along and suddenly he got caught in a hunter's net. Thank you, Megan. Minnie, do you want to tell us?
My question is, why did the lion release the mouse?
And your answer?
Because the mouse said he will help him later.
And that is correct. We have in the story the mouse said, "Oh, please don't eat me. If you let me go, I will return you the favor one day." Thank you, Minnie. That's correct. And Spencer, your question
My question is, where did the story take place?
and your answer.
Answer is in the jungle.
In the jungle. Okay, and that's correct because it says he was walking in the jungle. And each of your pictures was related and showed that there was, or it worked with your answer. So now that we have done that, I would like for you guys to take out your journals and I would like you guys to take out your journals and write down your 111. And what the 111 is, again, is you're going to write down one comment of something that you liked about the lesson, one thing that you still don't understand, so a question, and then one thing that you would like me to know about the lesson. So take a few seconds to write that. Okay, thank you guys. And would someone like to share any questions that you guys have? Minnie.
So what if there is no answer in the story for the W or H question mark?
Well, in the story, we get pieces that can connect to it, so we could make what would you say, like a educated guess or I can't remember what the lesser word than educated. But it would be a good guess because we have the information there. So say they said, what happened to the hunters? The story didn't tell us that the hunters left, but because the lion was free, we were able to tell that the hunters didn't get him. So that's something, but good question. That helped out the whole class. And I just want to thank you guys for being good listeners and good students, and you guys worked well in your teams, and I will see you next class. Thank you.